Revolt of 1857. The Indian Rebellion of 1857 was a major uprising in India in 1857-58 against the rule of the British East India Company, which functioned as a sovereign power on behalf of the British Crown. You may have heard of Mangal Pandey, but have you ever heard of Pir Ali Khan, the fearless bookbinder from Patna who became one of the first martyrs of 1857? So Pir Ali Khan was born in 1812 at Mohammedapur in the Azamgarh district of Uttar Pradesh. At the tender age of 7, he ran away from home and found his way to Patna, where a zamindar sheltered him and raised him like his own child. As he grew older, Pir Ali chose the humble trade of a bookbinder and opened a bookstore in Patna. To the outside world, it was just an ordinary shop, but in truth, it became a secret hideout for rebels during the revolt of 1857. Sounds interesting, right? To the British, it was just an ordinary shop, but to India's freedom fighters, it was a hidden sanctuary where the flame of rebellion was kept alive, even in the darkest times. By the summer of 1857, the fire of rebellion had reached Patna, and at its center stood the fearless Pir Ali Khan, who was no longer just a bookseller. He had become the driving force of the uprising. On the 3rd of July 1857, he led the revolt in Patna. The first target was the residence of a Catholic priest in the heart of the city, but the priest narrowly escaped. Soon after, Pir Ali's men delivered a decisive blow, killing Dr. Lyle, the principal assistant to the opium agent. By July 1857, the underground network built by Pir Ali Khan was finally uncovered by British intelligence. On 4th of July, Commissioner William Taylor personally led the operation that ended in Pir Ali's arrest. On 7th of July 1857, Pir Ali Khan was brought out into the open streets of Patna alongside 14 of his comrades. Before a watching crowd, they were sentenced to death by hanging. The British wanted people to tremble with fear. Instead, something else happened. The crowd did not see traitors or criminals. They saw martyrs. They saw Pir Ali Khan transformed into a legend, a man who gave his life not for power, not for wealth, but for the dream of a free India. This sacrifice lit a spark that no hanging could ever silence. This was the story of Pir Ali Khan, the humble bookbinder who turned into a revolutionary and gave his life for India's freedom. He was not a man of titles or armies, but a man of conviction. His courage turned a simple bookstore into a fortress of rebellion. His sacrifice turned an ordinary citizen into an immortal martyr. Though history books often forgot his name, the soul of Patna still remembers, and the spirit of Pir Ali Khan continues to live on. But Pir Ali was not alone. In Bihar, a courageous woman picked up the flag of rebellion when her husband was struck down, and she kept leading the fight against the British. Stay tuned, because in our next episode, we bring you the fearless tale of Tararani Srivastava. This is your Vivek Sunil signing off. Jai Hind.